Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today we have to learn about an important topic, ethnic composition of Belgium. Lastly, we were talking about the power sharing, and we talked about what are the different ways of power sharing, vertical, horizontal. But today, this is a question which you had focused on, ethnic composition of Belgium. And we talk about the Belgium. Belgium is small country of northwestern Europe. फर्स्ट पॉइंट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर जो बेल्जियम है ये एक छोटी कंट्री है जो नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न यूरोप में वाक़ है and it is bordered by the Netherlands, Germany, France and Luxembourg. These are the neighboring countries which surround it, and the countries are Netherlands, Germany, France and Luxembourg. If we talk about the area, अगर हम एरिया की बात करेंगे, the area of the Belgium is that is 30,000 square kilometers. If we talk about the population, approximately the population is 10 million. Why I'm just telling this, whenever you are going to make a note, you have to mention these points. Now, let me tell you about the problem. What was the problem over here and which was coming hindrance in the way of power sharing? Belgium was composed of two big regions. One region was called Wallonia, or we can say Wallon. It was located to the southern part. Remember, first region was Wallonia, or we can say Wallon. It was located to the southern part, and it was composed of 40% of the population was composed by this. If we talk about this, consists of 40% of total population, and they were speaking French. Let me repeat, Wallonia was the first region located to the southern part of Belgium, and population percentage was 40%, and they were speaking the French. The second region, that was Flemish, or we can say Flanders. Flemish or Flanders, they were located to the northern side of Belgium, and their percentage was 59%, and they were speaking Dutch. The third, that was Belgian, they were speaking Germany, and the percentage of 1%, they were located towards the eastern part of that country. Now, Wallonia, Flemish and Belgian, they were the three big regions, and percentage, as per the percentage, Dutch were up having high percentage, and then after that Flemish, and this we can say this was only the 1%. Then after that, what was the problem over here? This Flemish, they were of less number, but they were powerful because they were royal, they were having the wealth. And second thing, if we talk about the Brazil, which was the capital city of Belgium, there it was the against French, who were of less number in general, but in capital city they were of 80%, and the Dutch, which were a high number, but they in the capital were of less number. So there was a sort of twist. Here the French were of high, here the French were of less number, and but in the capital French were of high number. Here the Dutch were of high number, but in the capital Dutch were of less number. This was a hindrance which was coming in the way of power sharing. What was done? Now, firstly, what the higher authority of the Belgium did, they firstly understand the problem, where the problem is, and just got a way how to solve that very problem. They amended their constitution nearly about 4 times from 1970 to 1992 to accommodate this problem. Remember this point, if we talk, they just amended their constitution from 1970 to 1993. This point you have to remember. What they did there on amending the constitution, they made states, firstly the states were subordinate to the center, but they should know states are no more subordinate to the center. They can enjoy the power, they can enjoy the power, they have the freedom to enjoy the power. And second thing, in the central government, the same number of members were from those who were speaking Dutch and from those who were speaking French. So there was the equal strength of the members in the central government. Though how many members were from the Dutch, same were from the French. So there was a balance as per the membership is concerned. Why was this done? This was done only that the decision should not come on the behalf of one only. Whenever the decision will come, that should come from both the two sides. And if this will just give a decision in his favor, definitely there, if the membership is equal, they will oppose. So in order to make the decision good, and in order to give the power to both the two French speaking and Dutch speaking, they said that in the center there should be the equal number of membership given to both the two. This was, so firstly, centers were made free to enjoy the power. Secondly, and if we talk about the central, the membership was equal. Now we will come to the this capital C. What was done over here? Here was also the government made, but the membership was equal. In the center, membership was equal, but in the capital C, membership was equal. In other words, we can say in the states where the Dutch were of the high number, but the French were of the less number, but they just distributed their membership. Equal membership was given to both Dutch also and French also. Now here, French were of the high number, though they were having the power to send most of the members, most of the ministers. But in order to balance the power, what they did, equal number of members were coming from Dutch speaking and equal number of members were coming from French speaking. Though here French accepted that Dutch should come, and but here French accepted that Dutch should come. Here the Dutch were demanding the power, though Dutch told them that we want equal, we will give you the equal membership, but you have to give equal membership to us in the center. So this was done, those sort of balance was done in the center as well as in the state. Now third point which was done, community government was formed. Community government was formed because on the community basis there was a difference. Some communities were having one religion, one language, but they were given one system of education. They were given freedom to sustain their system, and there is no interference from the higher. Yes, if some sort of badness was done in the community at that time, they can, but there was indirect interference. Directly they were not given the power to interfere. This was how the problem of power sharing was solved. Firstly, there was a problem. Problem was on the basis of ethnic problem was there. French were of low number in the states. Dutch were of high number. Dutch were demanding that equal power should be given. But in the center, we're talking about a capital state that was Brazil. French speaking were high, Dutch speaking were low. Though in order to give Dutch power in the capital state, and same sort of principle was applied by the for the French and the Dutch. Though in general we will say French were enjoying the high power, but in the new constitution, which was amended 4 times from 1970 to 1993, this new system was brought in order to accommodate these problems. I will repeat again. Firstly, the states were given the freedom; they were no more subordinate to the center. Second thing, community government was formed for the different communities, and the equal membership was given to the French speaking and Dutch speaking in the center, and equal membership was given to French speaking and Dutch speaking in the capital city. So this was a sort of balance. This was a trend applied by the Belgian in order to accommodate the problem, in order to make it possible that all should enjoy the equal system of power. This was a topic of today. If you might be having any question, you can post me in the comment box.